Hello. 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 It's finally time. It's finally time. It's finally time for more Morrowind. It's gonna be glorious. So welcome back, one and all, to a new day, new horizons, new explored, new mystery solved. Let me just make sure my picture is loading up here. You can do that, eh? I'll check the audio once more here. Check the audio once more here. Check the audio once more here. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, last time I completed the mystery of the lamp, and had that wild connection that it turned out um, the quest about the escaped slave from the Dren plantation was also tied in with the lamp, and that the escaped slave, in fact, was the slave hunter Voris Dren, who had been cursed by Mephala to become a slave. So that's karma, bitch. And I did confirm. I looked because I was curious after. I did look it up. That was a modded quest, which in hindsight makes sense because it was so different. I really liked it. That was a fun mod. That was a really enjoyable part of the game. And to me, it flowed naturally, and I had no idea it was a mod until, I mean, I had like maybe a thought, but until the end, I guess. And I think the typos kind of were the one thing that I gave it away a little bit. There were a couple more typos in it than the main game. I was like, well, that does feel a little modded. But it flowed so nicely in. I thought that was awesome. And that puzzle dungeon was that was so fun. So yeah, I'm a little sad that there probably won't be much else like that puzzle dungeon in Morrowind, because that was awesome, but that's okay. I still really like Morrowind. I love it, in fact. It's a phenomenal game. Okay. So now Caius Casados gotta go to Urshilaku camp and speak with the leader of the Nerevar cult. But also, what does the Mages Guild want me to do? Because I kind of want to do that too. I have a lot of quests here. Solstheim. Yep. I have no idea where she is, Lyriel. That's too bad. I had an idea on this one. Maybe I could try persuading her. Because previously, when I've asked for the code book, she's like, "You got to take it from me," and then I break my alliance with the Thieves Guild. Yeah, you have the code book, right? And I also sort of, I don't know, man. The Fighters Guild works for the Kimono Town. Like, I don't like that. I signed up for the Fighters Guild, not the Kimono Town. Yeah, she likes me. I think, yeah. No, fuck that quest. I'd rather stick with the Thieves Guild than the Fighters Guild, if they're gonna be like that. West of Dagoth Fell. Shagor, that's way up north, I think. Yeah, there's this mystery of this murder of this guy. I'm not exactly sure what to do there. My personality is better. I could try this again. Or wait, not this guy. The Founder's Helm. The 8 plates. I'll try again. I'm gonna bring the 9th plate into the 8 plates. Fuck it all up. I wonder if they do only have 8 plates in there. Yeah? What you up to? Not a very good assassin. Just had like a stroke. Oh god. Yeah, they're telling me to stay inside. Seriously. No, I didn't even talk to you. All these nuts have just been attacking me. Bandits, ruffians, members of the 6th house. It's crazy stuff, man.
Tell your friends about this place.
Oh, it's him, this guy. God damn, he really just, like, hates me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just need really high persuasive for that quest.
Do you want have a look around.
I'm bribing you, man. Spent all my gold and he's still... Yeah. Oh, fuck that quest for now. I'll come back. I wish I could just kill him, but... Yeah, I could. Then the law would be after me. Yeah, I could do the thing I did before where I drop all of my shit, kill him, then pick it up again, but that's a whole hassle. I don't care enough to do that now. I'm just gonna wait till my persuasive is better.
Do you want have a look
My personality, I suppose, is the... Okay, what else here? Yeah. Yeah, this would be fun. I do want to do that. There's a lich. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna get a little stronger before I do that. I need to get some enchantments and more spells. Capture by cultists. Hold Ebonheart. Sadrith Mora. Okay, Margon. Let's go there and kill the Necromancer. Okay, that's a stupid quest. Right, Ursulaku Camp. Yeah, okay, done that. Well, where is Brainus Slurvu? Maybe it's in... Aldrune? Yeah, the Stone Fireman. He's an egg miner. Not really sure where he is, though, but that's okay. Scrap metal, this is a mainland thing. Okay, let's go to Margon. I want to kill that necromancer. I feel like that would be fun. Yeah, I'm going to go to Margon. I might read some books, too. I do have some books I want to read. Margon's way up there, actually.
May the wind be on your
Take me to... I guess Aldrune. Yeah. It's close, and I can probably take a ride from there to Margon.
Why walk when you can ride?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Flurvu. I'm gonna look for the Flurvu house. Clairon. Okay. Close. Not Flurvu, though. I have no idea. That's okay. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna go to Margon. $11 gold. Pretty cheap.
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
Oh yeah, same low price. That's the way I like it. This again? The outpost. Tashipi Ashabale. She lives in the last house on the right before the shrine. Well, thank you muchly. Right here. So you're a necromancer. Necromancy? I am not a necromancer. Who said I was a necromancer? Rhaenys Aethys, I'll be honest. Oh, I see. I refused to join the Mages Guild. I chose to practice healing among my people away from the politics of the guild, since I was a Velothian, not well-born like Rhaenys. What's not important now? Maybe I know a way out of this situation. Well, tell me more. I'll hear your side of the story. If Rhaenys decided to hold a grudge for this long, it would be best for me to leave them for the mainland. There are plenty of towns that could use a healer. Tell Rhaenys Aethys that I'm dead. I will leave Vardenfell and Rhaenys will never know. Sure. Very well. I'll leave the mainland to get a few things together and report back to Rhaenys Aethys that I'm dead. I feel like even if she is a necromancer, that's more interesting than I kill her now. I don't know, you know? I feel like it could be an interesting twist that she is a necromancer. Especially since the person nearby did kind of think she had like suspected she was a necromancer. I mean, I don't know, man. None of the stuff in your house is. With some scuttle, I kind of want that. Just looking for suspicious necromancy tools hidden away. Ooh, 100 gold. We're about to leave, but I'll take that. You misplaced it. Misplaced your 100 gold, of course. Well, okay. That works. Munch. Glug. The Poison Song. I did read book 6. So book 7 is the... I think there's even just one book I had read. I could have taken that book from the library. But oh well, I'm sure I'll pick it up again. I have a vague recollection that there was more to this. I don't remember who asked me to do this. Maybe it was the Mages Guild? I think it was the Mages Guild. Because this guy over here in this house summoned a scamp And the scamp stole his clothes. So finally I installed an underwear mod, which was a good choice, probably. Yeah, so this is the remain. This house got looted by a scamp. Yo, my guy. Still in your undies. I love it.
Well, I
Listian
find myself in pleasant company.
Beardas.
Please, share your thoughts.
Not just Hulin. Uh... Maybe not. I vaguely remember there being some reason I had to go back here and question him again. Damn, towards the spirit. It's been toppled over. I swear. Okay. I don't know then. That's okay. Well, I'm gonna hang out here. It's time to read. Time to read a book. Let's read Pala, book 1. Pala. Pala. I remember when I first heard that name. Not long ago at all. It was at a Tails and Tallows bar at a very fine estate west of Mur Corrupt, to which I and my fellow Mages Guild initiates had found ourselves unexpectedly invited. Mages Guild appropriate. Truth be told, we needn't have been too surprised. There were very few other noble families in the Mir Corrupt, and the region had its halcyon days as a resort for the wealthy far back in the Second Era. And on reflection, it was only appropriate to have sorcerers and wizards present at a supernatural holiday. Not that we are anything more than exotic students at a small, non-exclusive charter house of the guild, but like I said, there was a paucity of other choices available. I'm just gonna Google that word. I forget what paucity means. The presence of something only in smaller, insufficient, like scarcity. Okay. Few other choices. One second, snacking. For close to a year, the only home I had known was the rather ramshackle, sprawling grounds of the Mur Corrupt Mages Guild. I don't know where that is, Mur Corrupt. My only companions were my fellow initiates, most of which only tolerated me, and the masters whose bitterness at being at a backwater guild prompted never-ending abuse. Immediately, the School of Illusion had attracted me. The magister who taught us recognized me as an apt pupil who loved not only the spells of the science, but their philosophical underpinnings. I think that's the most interesting part about the magic in this world. There was something about the idea of warping the imperceptible energies of light, sound, and mind that appealed to my nature. Not for me the flashy schools of destruction and alteration, the holy schools of restoration and conjuration, the practical schools of alchemy and enchantment, or the chaotic school of mysticism. I feel like you like mysticism. I guess it's chaotic, but I feel like mysticism is all about the philosophical underpinnings of magic. But no, I was never so pleased as to take an ordinary object and by a little magic make it seem something other than what it was. It would have taken more imagination than I had to apply that philosophy to my monotonous life. After the morning's lessons, we were assigned tasks before our evening classes. Mine had been to clean up the study of a recently deceased resident of the guild and categorize its clutter of spellbooks, charms, and incunabula. I think that just means like a tome. It was a lonely and tedious appointment. Magister Tendixis was an inveterate. I don't know that word either. Inveterate. You're pulling out all these crazy words. Have a particular habit, activity, or interest that is long established and unlikely to change. It's like a long established habit. I'm just gonna Google incunabula here on Reddit. An early printed book. It's one printed before 1501. Just an old book, I guess. So he was an inveterate, a habitual collector of worthless junk, but I was reprimanded any time I threw away something of the least possible value. I can understand. I've known people like that. They just like having things, and it's like they can never throw anything away. Gradually, I learned enough to deliver each of his belongings to their appropriate department. Potions of healing to the Magisters of Restoration, potions on physical phenomena to the Magisters of Alteration, herbs and minerals to the Alchemist, and soul gems and bound items to the Enchanters. After one delivery to the Enchanters, I was leaving with my customary lack of appreciation when Magister Ilther called me back. "Boy," said the portly old man, handing me back one item, "destroy this." It was a small black disc covered with runes with a ring of red-orange gems like bones circling its periphery. It's a small black disc with runes, and then there's little gems in the edge of the circle. Okay. "Oh, I'm sorry, Magister. I thought it was something you'd be interested in." "Take it to the Great Flame and destroy it," he barked, turning his back on me. "You never brought it here." The Great Flame. My interest was piqued, because I knew the only thing that would make him react in such a way. Necromancy. I went back to Magister Tendix's chamber and pored through his notes, looking for any reference to the disc. Unfortunately, most of the notes had been written in a strange code that I was powerless to decipher. I was so fascinated by the mystery that I nearly arrived late for my evening class in enchantment, taught by Magister Ilther himself. I'm going to read quietly, because I'm chewing for a sec. A genuine artifact, okay. Classic, wants to resurrect a loved one. Classic reason to get into dark arts. Okay. She's an orphan girl from Hammerfell. So she was rich, so she inherited this manor. They're in Cyrodiil, okay. We wore our robes of initiation with pride as we arrived at the vault. At the enormous marble foyer, a servant announced each of our names as if we were royalty, and we strutted into the midst of the revelers with great puffery. Of course, we were then promptly ignored by one and all. In essence, we were unimportant figures to lend some thickness to the ball. Background characters. The important people pushed through us with perfect politeness. There was old lady Jaudira discussing diplomatic appointments to Balmora with the Duke of Rimfarlin. An orc warlord entertained a giggling princess with tales of rape and pillage. Great. Yikes. Three of the guild magisters worried with three painfully thin noble spinsters about the haunting of Daggerfell. Intrigues at the imperial and various royal courts were analyzed, gently mocked, fretted over, toasted, dismissed, evaluated, mitigated, admonished, and subverted. No one looked our way, even when we were right next to them. It was as if my skill had an illusion that someone rendered us invisible. Excuse me. I took my flagon out to the terrace. The moons were doubled, right? There's two moons. The lattice of the moons protects the world from the outer beings, or something. The moons were doubled, equally luminous in the sky, and in that enormous reflecting pool that stretched out into the garden. The white marble statuary lining the sides of the pool caught the fiery glow and seemed to burn like torches in the night. The sight was so otherworldly that I was mesmerized by it. and the strange red-guard figures immortalized in stone. Our hostess had made her home there so recently that some of the sculptures were still wrapped in sheets that billowed and swayed in the gentle breeze. That's a good image. Mine always reminds me of Canehurst Castle from Bloodborne when I think of statues wrapped in sheets. Something kind of mysterious about that. I don't know how long I stared before I realized I wasn't alone. She was so small and so dark, not only in her skin but in her clothing, that I nearly took her for a shadow. When she turned to me, I saw that she was very beautiful and young, not more than 17. Are you our hostess? I finally asked. Yes, she smiled, blushing, but I'm ashamed to admit that I'm very bad at it. I should be inside with my new neighbors, but I think we have very little in common. It's been made abundantly clear that they hope I have nothing in common with them either, I laughed. When I'm a little higher than an initiate in the Mages Guild, they might see me as more of an equal. I don't understand the concept of equality in Cyrodiil yet, she frowned. In my culture, you proved your worth, not just expected it. My parents both were great warriors, as I hope to be. I think that's a better way to do it. Merit. Her eyes went out to the lawn, to the statues. Do the sculptures represent your parents? That's my father, Perium, there, she said, gesturing to a life-size representation of a massively built man, unashamedly naked, gripping another warrior by the throat and preparing to decapitate him with an outstretched blade. Good lord. It was clearly a realistic depiction. Perium's face was plain, even slightly ugly, with a low forehead, a mass of tangled hair, stubble on his cheeks, even a slight gap in his teeth, which no sculptor would surely have invented except to do justice to his model's true idiosyncrasies. And your mother? I asked, pointing to a nearby statue of a proud, rather squat warrior woman in a mantilla and scarf. Mantilla. Oh, it's like a scarf worn over the head and shoulders, I suppose. I didn't know that either. Holding a child. Oh no, she laughed. That was my uncle's old nurse. Mother's statue still has a sheet over it. I don't know what prompted me to insist that we unveil the statue that she pointed to. In all likelihood, it was nothing but fate and a selfish desire to continue the conversation. I was afraid that if I did not give her a project, she would feel the need to return to the party and I would be alone again. At first, she was reluctant. She had not yet made up her mind whether the statues would suffer in the wet, sometimes cold, Cyrodiilic climate. Perhaps all should be covered, she reasons. It may be that she was merely making conversation and was reluctant as I was to end the standoff and be that much closer to having to return to the party. Yeah, I get that. In a few minutes' time, we tore the tarp from the statue of Betaniski's mother. That is when my life changed forevermore. She was an untamed spirit of nature, screaming in a struggle with a misshapen, monstrous figure in black marble. Okay. Her gorgeous, long fingers were raking across the creature's face. The monster's talons gripped her right breast in a sort of caress that prefaces a mortal wound. Its legs and hers wound around one another in a battle that was a dance. I felt annihilated. This lithe but formidable woman was beautiful beyond all superficial standards. Whoever had sculpted it had somehow captured not only a face and figure of a goddess, but her power and will. She was both tragic and triumphant. I fell instantly and fatally in love with her, the statue? Okay. Interesting. I had not even noticed when Gellin, one of my fellow initiates who was leaving at the party, came up behind us. Apparently I had whispered the word magnificent, because I heard Betaniki's reply as if miles away. Yes, it is magnificent. That's why I was afraid of exposing it to the elements. Then I heard clearly, like a stone breaking water, Gellin. Mara, preserve me! That must be Paula! Then you've heard of my mother? Asked Betaniki, turning his way. I hail from Wayrest, practically on the border to Hammerfell. I don't think there's anyone who hasn't heard of your mother and her great heroism ridding the land of that abominable beast. She died in that struggle, didn't she? Yes, said the girl sadly, but so too did the creature. For a moment we were all silent. I don't remember anything more of that night. Somehow I knew I was invited to dine the next evening, but my mind and heart had been entirely and forevermore arrested by the statue. I returned back to the guild, but my dreams were fevered and brought me no rest. Everything seemed diffused by white light except for one beautiful, fearsome woman, Paula. Let me guess, you're gonna do some necromancy here. I mean, I get a statue's good, but bro, it's a statue. Like, I don't know. Hey, I don't know. He's a magic nerd. I guess yeah, whatever. Pala. Pala. The name burned in my heart. The letters of the name which burns. I found myself whispering it in my studies, even when I tried to concentrate on something the magister was saying. My lips would silently purse to voice the Pal, and tongue lightly flicking to form the La, as if I were kissing her spirit before me. It was madness. Yeah, I think so. What? I think it is madness. It was madness in every way except that I knew that it was madness. I knew I was in love. I knew that she was a noble red-guard woman, a fierce warrior, more beautiful than the stars. I knew also that she was dead. I knew her young daughter, Betaniki, had taken possession of a manor house near the guild, and that she liked me, perhaps was even infatuated. I knew Paula had fought a terrible beast and killed it. I knew Paula was dead. As I say, I knew it was madness, and by that, I knew I could not be mad. But I also knew that I must return to Benaniki's palace to see her statue of my beloved Paula engaging in that final, horrible, fatal battle with the monster. Return I did over and over again. Had Berenike been a different sort of noblewoman, more comfortable with her peers, I would not have had so many opportunities. In her innocence, unaware of my sick obsession, she welcomed my company. This sucks. I feel like you're like leading her on just because you want to look at her dead mother's statue. I don't know. That's not so good. She welcomed my company. We would talk for hours, laughing, and every time we would take a walk to the reflecting pond where I would always stop breathless before the sculpture of her mother. It's a marvelous tradition you have, preserving these figures of your ancestors at their finest moments, I said, feeling her curious eyes on me. And the craftsmanship is without parallel. You wouldn't believe me, laughed the girl, but it was a bit of scandal when my great-grandfather began the custom. We Redguards hold a great reverence for our families, but we are warriors, not artists. He hired an traveling artist to create the first statues, and everyone admired them until it was revealed that the artist was an elf, an Altmer from the Somerset Isle. Scandal! It was, absolutely, Berenike nodded seriously. The idea that a pompous, wicked elf's hands had formed these figures of noble red-guard warriors was unthinkable, profane, irreverent, everything bad you can imagine. But my great-grandfather's heart was in the beauty of it, and his philosophy of using the best to honor the best passed down to us all. That makes sense. I think that's a better perspective. I would not have even considered having a lesser artist create the statues of my parents, even it would have been more allegiant to my culture. They're all exquisite, I said. But you like the one of my mother most of all, she smiled. I see you look at it even when you seem to be looking at the others. It's my favorite also. Would you tell me more about her? I asked, trying to keep my voice light and conversational. Oh, she would have said she was nothing extraordinary, but she was, the girl said, picking a flower from the garden. My father died when I was quite young, and she had so many roles to fill, but she did them all effortlessly. We have a great many business interests, and she was brilliant at managing everything. Certainly better than I am now. All it took was her smile, and everyone obeyed, and those who didn't paid dearly. She was very witty and charming, but a formidable force when the need arose for a fight. Hundreds of battles, but I can never remember a moment of feeling neglected or unloved. I literally thought she was too strong for death. Stupid, I know. When she went to battle that horrible creature, what is it? That freak from a mad wizard's laboratory. I bet it's a undead creature. That would make sense with this where this narrative is going. I never even thought she would. I never even thought she would not return. She was kind to her enemies and ruthless to her. She was kind to her friends and ruthless to her enemies. What more can one say about a woman than that? Poor Berenice's eyes teared up with remembrance. What sort of villain was I to goad her so in order to satisfy my perverted longings? Yeah. Not so good. Sheogorath could never have conflicted a mortal man more than me. I found myself both weeping and filled with desire. Paula not only looked like a goddess, but from her daughter's story, she was one. That night, while undressing for bed, I rediscovered the black disc I had stolen from Magister Tendix's office weeks before. I had half forgotten its existence, that mysterious necromantic artifact. I thought you'd be on this right away, which the mage believed could resurrect a dead love. Almost by pure instinct, I found myself placing the disc on my heart and whispering, Pala. A momentary chill filled my chamber. My breath hung in the air in a mist before dissipating. Frightened, I dropped the disc. It took a moment for my reason to return, and with it the inescapable conclusion. The artifact could fulfill my desire. Until the early mornings, I tried to raise my mistress from the chains of oblivion, but it was no use. I was no necromancer. I entertained thoughts of how to ask one of the magisters to help me, but I remembered how Magister Ilthur had bid me to destroy it. They would expel me from the guild if I went to them and destroy the disc themselves, and with it my only key to bringing my love to me. I was in my usual semi-torpid condition the next day in classes. Magister Ilthur himself was lecturing on his specialty, the School of Enchantment. He was a dull speaker with a monotone voice, but suddenly I felt as if every shadow had left the room and I was in a palace of light. Okay. When most persons think of my particular When most persons think of my particular science, they think of the process of invention, the infusing of charms and spells into objects, the creation of a magical blade, perhaps, or a ring. But the skilled enchanter is also a catalyst. The same mind that can create something new can also provoke greater power from something old. Excuse me. A ring that can generate warmth for a novice on the hand of such talent can bake a forest black. The fat man chuckled. Not that I'm advocating that. Leave that for the school of destruction. Okay. So the skill of the enchanter can can tease forth greater power from a potentially weak artifact if you're skilled. That week, all the initiates were asked to choose a field of specialization. All were surprised when I turned my back on my old darling, the School of Illusion. It seemed ridiculous to me that I'd ever entertained an affection for such superficial charms. All my intellect is now focused on the School of Enchantment, the means by which I could free the power of the disc. For months thereafter, I barely slept. A few hours a week I'd spend with Berenike and my statue to give myself strength and inspiration. All the rest of my time was spent with Magister Ilthur or his assistants, learning everything I could about enchantment. They taught me how to taste the deepest levels of magicka within a stored object. A simple spell cast once, no matter how skillfully and no matter how spectacularly, is ephemeral, of the present what it is and no more. Sighed Magister Ilthur. But placed in a home, it develops into an almost living energy, maturing and ripening, so only its surface is touched when an unskilled hand wields it. You must consider yourself a miner, digging deeper to pull forth at the very heart of gold. Every night when the laboratory closed, I practiced what I had learned. I could feel my power grow, and with it the power of the disc, whispering, Pala. I delved into the artifact, feeling every slight nick that marked the ruins and every facet of the gemstones. At times I was so close to her I felt hands touching mine, but something dark and bestial, the reality of death, I suppose, would always break across the dawning of my dream. With it came an overwhelming, rotting odor which the initiates in the chamber next to mine began to complain about. Something must have crawled into the floorboards and died, I offered lamely. Master Ilthur praised my scholarship and allowed me the use of his laboratory after hours to further my studies. Yet no matter what I learned, Paula seemed scarcely closer. One night it all ended. I was swaying in a deep ecstasy, moaning her name. Paula, Paula, the disc bruising my chest when a sudden lightning flash through the window broke my concentration. A tempest of furious rain roared over Mir Karup. I went to close the shutters, and when I returned to my table, I found that the disc had shattered. No, it was fate. I broke into hysterical sobs and then laughter. It was too much for my fragile mind to bear such a loss after so much time and study. The next day and the day after, I spent in my bed, burning with a fever. Had I not been a mage's guild to so many healers, I likely would have died. As it was, I provided an excellent study for the budding young scholars. When at last I was well enough to walk, I went to visit Berenike. She was charming as always, never once commenting on my appearance, which must have been ghastly. Finally, I gave her reason to worry when I politely but firmly declined to walk with her along the reflecting pool. But you love looking at the statuary, she exclaimed. I felt that I owed her the truth and much more. Dear lady, I love more than the statuary. I love your mother. She's all I've been able to think about for months now, ever since you and I first removed the tarp from that blessed sculpture. I don't know what you think of me now, but I've been obsessed with learning how to bring her back from the dead. Yeah, that's a crazy thing to confess. Oh my god. Berenike stared at me, eyes wide. Finally she spoke. I think you need to leave now. I don't know if this is a terrible jest. Believe me, if it were... I wish it were. You see, I failed. I don't know why. I could not have been that my love wasn't strong enough, because no man had a stronger love. Perhaps my skills as an enchanter are not masterful, but it wasn't from lack of study. I could feel my voice rise, and I knew I was beginning to rant, but I could not hold back. Perhaps the fault lay in that your mother never met me, but I think that only the caster's love is taken into account in a necromantic spell. I don't know what it was. Maybe that horrible creature, the monster that killed her, cast some sort of curse on her with its dying breath. I failed, and I don't know why. With a surprising burst of speed and strength for so small a lady, Berenike shoved herself against me. She screamed, "Get out!" And I fled out the door. Before she slammed the door shut, I offered my pathetic apologies. "I'm so sorry, Berenike, but consider that I wanted to bring your mother back to you. It's madness, I know, but there's only one thing that's certain in my life, and that's that I love Paula." Okay, I just read ahead. This is so funny. The door was nearly shut, but the girl opened it cracked, asked tremulously, "You love whom?" "Paula," I cried to the gods. "My mother," she whispered angrily, "was named Zarlis. Paula was the monster." uh, I stared at the closed door for Mara knows how much time, and then began the long walk back to the Mages Guild. My memory searched through the minutiae to the tales and talos, night so long ago when I first beheld the statue and first heard the name of my love. That Breton initiate Gellin had spoken. He was behind me. Was he recognized the beast and not the lady? I turned the lonely bend that intersected with the outskirts of Mir Corrupt, and a large shadow rose from the ground where I'd been sitting, waiting for me. "Paula," I groaned. "Paula." "Kiss me," it howled. And that brings my story up to the present moment. Love is red, like blood. Oh my god, so he summons the beast. Oh, that's pretty odd. That's excellent. Okay. I've got 2 more books to read, but I'm going to save them for later. I'm not going to do all the reading now. That'll be a lot of reading. Well, never mind. I'm gonna do one more. Let's read this one. Trap. By Anonymous. These are I like these books. They're good. I feel like they often have these like twist endings. That seems to be the thing with a lot of them. I think maybe some of the more formulaic, like that one was good. It wasn't like A Dance in Fire. I think was really. I love that story. Every volume I was really into it, or like the story of Baron Zaya. Um, but they're interesting because they add to the world. Like I learned more about enchantment and illusion and necromancy, and I don't know. It's just it was kind of a silly story, but it was still interesting. And that twist of it, they often have like a twist at the end. A lot of them were, I don't know, individual. That was kind of an individual story. It didn't connect as much with like bigger lore, but had that twist. I saw the gold and I took it. A different man might not have, I know that, but from time to time I think back in the hour when I saw the gold and took it. You see, I was hungry. Isn't it ironic? You were hungry, so you took, oh, I guess you took gold to buy food. That makes sense. I'm like, why would you take gold? One sec, I gotta plug in my... Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of a slower paced stream. Sorry with the reading, that's okay. It's fun. I like to read. I don't remember much else about that night but the gold and the hunger. I don't remember the name of the tavern or even the village, but I believe it was somewhere in southern Vardenfell. Okay, so we could go to this place maybe. That'd be cool. I can't really be certain. For some time I sat dumbly in my chair, my mind occupied with nothing but the pain in my stomach. If you've never been truly hungry from days of no food, you can't know what it's like. You can't concentrate on anything. Yeah, it sounds awful. It wasn't until a figure to my left got up from the table to get a drink and left a stack of gold marks behind that I snapped to awareness. From this moment on, my memory is crystalline. My eyes to the gold, my eyes to the stranger's back, walking calmly toward the barmaid, my hand to the gold in my pocket. I'm up from the table and out the door. For just a moment, I looked back. The stranger has turned to look my way. He wears a hood, but I can feel his eyes meet mine. I swear I can scent a smile. Okay. Wonder who he stole from. Out into the streets and behind some barrels. I mean, this book is called Trap. Was that a trap? Well, possibly. Very possible. Out into the street and behind some barrels, I crouched down, waiting for my pursuer. One benefit of a lifetime of running from guards, I knew it would disappear. For nearly an hour I waited there, suffering even more from hunger. You see, I was awake now, and I had the means to buy myself a feast. This knowledge tortured me. When I finally got to my feet, I very nearly fainted. I had only enough energy to walk to the other edge of the village to a run-down tavern before collapsing at a table. I think I must have fallen unconscious for a moment before I heard the barmaid's voice. "Can I get you something to eat, Sarah?" I gorged myself on roasts and pies and huge frothing mugs of grief. As the fog of near fatal starvation began to lift, I looked up from my plate to see a gold-masked stranger looking at me, his vizard glowing by the blinding light of the moon through the window. Vizard? What does that mean? Mask. Sounds like an ordinator or someone involved in the tribunal. It's a gold mask. His vizard glowing by the blinding light of the moon through the window. He wore black leather armor and was a different physique and size from the man I had burgled, but I could tell he knew. I paid for my meal quickly and left. I skirted the edge of the village through a tiled central courtyard surrounded by the squalid peasants' cottages. There was not a light shining from any window or door. No one was on the streets. I could find no place to hide, so I took the road out of town, heading for the wilderness. Hunger had pushed me on in the days before, but now I felt what I imagined to be the whip of guilt, or perhaps, even then, it was the fear. I fell twice, rushing down the dark path, unused to the slopes and pebbled texture. The sounds of animal life, which I had numbed to, were suddenly very loud in my ears, and there was something else out there in the night, something chasing me. On the side of the road there was a low wall, and I scrambled over it and hid. I knew enough about concealment to pick a spot where the bulwark sunk slightly, so even if someone saw the outline of my figure, he'd assume it to be part of the wall. Smart, very smart. This guy clearly knows how to live this kind of life. It wasn't long before I heard the sound of running footsteps from more than one person pass me by and then stop. There was a moment of whispered conversation with one of the people who ran back on the path towards the village. Then, silence. After a few more minutes, I peered out from behind the wall. A female figure in a dun gown, wimple, and veil. Wimple is like a nun's habit, I think, or something. Stood in the road. On the other end of the road, blocking the way back to town, was a knight coated in dark mail. I could see neither of their faces. For a moment I froze, unsure whether either or both had seen me. "Run," said the woman in a dead voice. The hill behind me was too steep, so I leapt over the wall and across the road in two bounds. Into the night forest I ran, the maddening jingle of the accursed gold in my pocket. I knew I was making so much noise that my pursuers could not help but hear me, but now I cared more for putting distance between us than in stealth. Clouds of ash filtered through the moonlight, but I still knew it was too bright to hide. I ran and ran until I felt all my blood pumping in my head and heart, begging me to stop. I was at the edge of the wood on the other side of a shallow stream from a vast crumbling house encircled by a rail fence. Behind me, running footfall on the broken, dusty earth. To the south, downstream, a distant, sodden splashing of someone moving nearer. There was no choice. I half jumped and half fell into the mud and dragged myself up the bank on the other side. I rolled under the fence and ran through the open field towards the house. Jerking my head around, I saw seven shadowy figures by the fence posts. The cloaked man I had robbed, the man in the gold mask, the veiled woman, the dark knight. Three others too had pursued me, but I had never seen, and I thought I was the stealthy one. The moon was entirely hidden in a swarm of ash. Only the stars offered their meager illumination as I reached the open door of the ruin. I slammed and bolted the door behind me, but I knew there could be no protection for very long. As I looked about the ravaged interior of broken furniture, I searched for somewhere to hide. Searched for someone to hide? Probably somewhere. A corner, a niche where if I stayed very still, no one would see me. A splintered table lying against the wall looked perfect for my purposes. I crawled under it and jumped when something moved. and I heard the frightened old man's voice. Who's there? It's all right, I whispered. I'm not one of them. His puckered, gnarled hand reached out from the shadow and gripped my arm. Instantly, I felt sleep fall upon me, resist it as I might. The old man's horrible face, the face of the hungry dead, emerged as the moon came out and shone through the broken window. His talons still gripping me, I fell back, smelling his death surround me. So he's undead? The table was thrown back. There stood the 7 hunters and a dozen more. No, hunters they weren't. They were harriers who had chased me out of every hiding place, expertly pushing me to the lair of the real predator. He was weak with age. The old man was not as good as the chase as he was, a blunt, killing machine. Who is he? Please, I said. It was all I could muster. Having enjoyed the sport I offered, he granted me mercy of sorts. I was not bled dry. Oh, it was a curse. I mean, a vampire. Excuse me, he was a vampire. Gotta be. I was not cursed by being made one of them, the burn. I was kept with others, most of us mad with fear to be aged and tasted at the vampire's whim. We are called cattle. I lost all hope months ago of ever leaving the dank cellar where they keep us. Even if this note finds its way to the outside world, I cannot give enough information on my whereabouts to be rescued, even if some champion were to defeat the bloodsuckers. I only write this to keep my own sanity and to warn others. There is something worse than being hungry. Being food. Damn. Yeah, that do suck. One sec. I think my game audio turned off briefly here. Come on. I didn't even notice that turning off. I had my headphones just unplugged. I might just need to restart. Sometimes it doesn't like it when I mess with the audio settings, or I could maybe alt tab one second. Oh, I know what happened. Okay. Just switch connection. Morrowind graphics extender. That's what I'm using. Someone asked last time if I was using Open Morrowind, and no, I'm using the graphics extender, which is I don't know. I thought it was. I think it was maybe more complicated to set up, but it's kind of more the vanilla experience. Sort of what I wanted. So I can go tell Rhaenys Aethris that Tishpi is dead. Sure, I can do that. Well, did I have another Mage's Guild quest, though, to, like, get money out of people? Edwina. Edwina's in... I think Edwina's in Aldrune, though. Instead of Moore's a long way away. I might just go back to Belmore quickly here and just turn that quest in. Because I got a recall, so it's pretty cheap to get back. Because I think I might just head up and do the main quest next. Unless I get a... Oh. Guards! Guards! I'm being attacked in the street. You're kind of just hanging back here, though. He's running. Shuffling away. Get out of here, man. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to whack you there. Matsera. Yo. Grandmaster Armor Hammer. Yes. Very minimal uses. Actually, this kind of sucks. I thought this would be good, but it isn't very good at all. I did fail a lot of them, I suppose, but I only have 10 uses. Yo, my armor went up for once here. Sure. I'll drink that. Emerald. Ooh. Yo, Rainies. I killed her. Totally. She is truly dead? You've done me, the guild. This is a great service. These scrolls should help you deal with any other necromancers you find. Burst of fire, the fourth barrier. Totally dead. I believe the Mages Guild's been infiltrated by a Telvanni spy. Oh shit. Go to the guild halls in Aldrun, Vivek, and Cedric Mora. I'm sure there's a spy. When you find the spy, do not take any actions. Report back to me. Sure, I'll look for the spy. Let's go to Vivek first. Just gonna go and travel internally here. I could also just teleport. Talk to Trebonius. Trebonius. My good sir, I feel like Trebonius is not the one to ask about this.
Please feel free to talk at your leisure.
Trebonius is... he don't give a shit. He's a pretty lax boss. Yo, what's up? Trebon. Wait, no, stubborn Lucian. There are no Telvanni spies here, and I wouldn't know if there were. I'm the Archmage, after all. Tiram Gadar, my Dunmer advisor, keeps an eye out for spies and that sort of thing. He's been of immense assistance, stubborn Lucian. He helps me see the Dunmer side of every decision I make, and he came with the highest credentials. I'm sure I have them somewhere around here. Ah, yes. Here you go, stubborn Lucian. A letter from Okato himself. Who is Okato? Truth, he is? I feel like I don't know this yet. Why am I able to tell him this? I can't even goodbye exit out of this. Sure, he is. What? Frankly, I don't believe you. Tim Gadar is my most trusted advisor, and I give you his impeccable credentials. Rhaenys Aethys might believe most such baseless accusations, but I am far more sophisticated. Well, he doesn't believe it anyways. Let me look at his credentials. Akato, not Okato. I wonder if that's a indication. Look, it's a little typo. Can I talk to this guy? I mean, I was told not to take action, but...
Oh, probably nothing.
these credentials look suspicious. They do. That's all I'm saying, man. I shouldn't have told him that. Damn, he's the only one who puts up with Tyrion. They don't like him.
I'm all yours. Please go ahead.
I mean, I hope some of it isn't racism, but could be that too. But I don't know. I talked to him. I told him
What should we talk about?
that I thought he was a spy. That was taking action, I suppose. Of course, it was on Trebonius' Mages Guild. They got lax leadership over there. Yes, this is exactly the kind of proof I was looking for. Excellent work, Starborn Lucian. It's a shame that the guild is run by a scuttlehead with no sense or ambition like Trebonius. He is a scuttlehead. These credentials are the worst forgery I've seen in years. Even Okato's name is misspelled. Yeah, I noticed that. Please take these scrolls and this dagger for helping the guilds. Summon Golden Saint and Soul Drinker. Hell yeah. Dang, I simply don't meet the requirements for Warlock. I've done all of her duties. Okay. Heck yeah. Well, just teleport me back to Aldrin then. That's cheap. That's cheaper than taking the Strider, actually. I mean, I could go. I don't want to do that though. I want to walk there. I'm a walker. I go to new places.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company.
Yeah, you want me to go to Cedrith Mora.
How about ship?
Oh, got some cultists. Um, bro, are these guards gonna help? There we go. A little late on the draw, but get out of here, bitch. 6 out of 10. Yeah, I definitely want to focus on agility. Dreamer. Damn, look at his outfit. Cool looking. Parchment with scrawlings. All cries are waking, whitest white of all white, blackest black of all black, shame and sun, sun and shadow, stronger than gods, brighter than mortals, only he is awake, only he is alive. He knows the names and the naming, he knows the weight and the waiting, he enters into every star and moon. He shines through their shadows, one shape, one spelling, one wraith, one casting, from darkness he is armed, from light he is warded, he's all things, Drake, Lich, Theoman. On rivers of fire he comes forth, through storms of dreams he rides, with slivers of steel he pierces the heart. All spells, powers, curses broken. The chains are shattered, the scales fall away. I see with my eye, and all is silence. I wake, I remember, Lord. Goddamn. Sixth house scarf.
What do you think of our city, Outlander?
Goddamn, broken right. Yeah, I've read this one. I'm just gonna cast Hearthiel. I don't need to rest. I might just walk there, this way. It's kind of a trek, but whatever, it's new territory. See what we can find. Maybe I'll find something interesting. Off to see the wizard. Or actually, the Neverrain cult, I suppose. I'm off to see the Ashlanders. Their Neverrain cult. For I will become the prophecy. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be right place here. The ghost gate. Yo. Oh. Oh. I'm running, I'm running. Fuck that, fuck that. Fuck this shit. Oh my god. Oh god. Get me out of here. I'm dipping. Fuck this shit. It's kind of a cool area though. The foothills of the Red Mountain. So that's Bal Isra? Have I been there? I would assume since I've walked there, but I don't remember that. I don't remember this place at all. I'm just gonna check it out briefly. I feel like maybe I didn't go here. Well, it's on my map. I must have. I just don't remember it. It's been a while. I'm not. Yeah. What? Wait, what? Where did it go? Yo, what in the world? Wait. Oh. I'm so confused, dude. I feel like I was just... Am I losing my mind? I looked at this and there was a city. Like a town or something. It's a Mirage or something? Look at that! What? When does it disappear? I'm gonna keep it in view. Huh? It's hidden by an illusion spell? Whoa. I'm so glad I checked that. That's so weird. It's right here. Uh, don't I have detect key? Shatter illusion. What the hell? It's like not physically here. There's nothing that I'm bumping into. I don't think I have anything like detect illusion. Whoa. That's super interesting. Okay. So what was that dagger I got? Soul Drinker. No, it casts Soul Trap. So is that a Daedric weapon? No way. I think it is. It's worth $11,000. Hot damn. Well, that's cool. Okay. Well, I'll make a note of that. Uh, is there anything like down here in the road that would lead me to investigating this? I don't think so. I was wondering, like, 'cause I was like, I don't think I've been there. I had no memory of going there. Yet I had walked on it. Bizarre. No, I contracted a yellow tick. That don't sound good. I'm over encumbered. Great. Okay, I'm just gonna firebite this guy. I don't think my weapon's reaching him. Come on. There we go. That's probably just a common disease, I'm assuming. There we go. 480. I mean, I could probably ditch some of these books. I'll sell the ones I've already read. They look like they're gonna attack me. I think with this axe, I could probably kill them. Ooh, maybe not. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. How in the world? Those poison spells don't mess around. I have no earthly idea how it ever killed those guys. Run! Over the hills. Through the woods. Oh god, they're after me. Run! I mean, I could try picking them off one by one. They're still after me, goddamn. Okay. They got me. I think what I need to do, I just need to make some OP spells. I gotta get into spell crafting shit. Okay, I've got a better plan. Where the boots? Oh, fuck off, fuck off. I'm out of here. I'm dipping. Come on, chop.
You in.
Get out of here. Ow. Die, bitch. Woohoo. Slaughter these hordes. $60. Oh wait, I might not have I think the day switched, so I was able to cast it again. That's funny. I did have enough mana, just barely. There it is, Margon. Take me there. I'm drained. It's a harrowing journey. So I was only part of the journey. I gotta go up there now. Where's Shizaku? Yo, post. I need a room. Give me a room. Give me some warm food and shit. Pronto. It's a cozy place. Cozy place. Hmm. Guess I could like fortify my security. If I get a really good fortified security spell, I can maybe open the lockbox. Hmm. I don't know if this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Quit story. To you, Lord Dagon, I bite my thumb. Huh. Helm of the Unseen. I mean, do I really need this anymore? It's a modded item. It's broken, so he doesn't even want it. Yeah, I don't want that. $3. Huh. Too expensive for you. Okay, fine. Short blade, blunt weapon. What's long blade? I sort of wanna. That's strength. I think I should go for agility, speed, and endurance this time if I can. Short blade, speed. What else was it? Blunt weapon. That's probably strength. I did also just get a pretty nice short blade weapon. Okay, nice. This is a shop, not a inn. Come on, move. Fine, I'm gonna do this. No time for being stuck behind. Yeah, whatever, have fun. Oh, here they are. They get pretty bold with these attacks, man. I think they'd be a lot more effective if they attacked me out in the wild. Oh, fuck. I should leave the guards. I don't have the health for this shit. Get him. Oh my god. Just give me the inn. It's the trade house. No, it's an inn though. It's an inn too. Please. Give me a bed. Oh, my health. That's not a good number there. Good God. And I'll pay for a meal instead of wasting my scuttle. It's my adventuring food. My athletics, it's slowly going up. Sure. Fortify my health. Why not? I feel like I'm going off an adventure. I might be doing some pugilism. Dreamer warrior, die. Let me just get that firebolt spell. Force bolt. You're broken. tough. Got a lot of health. I'm just taking advantage of this situation. Oh. Bro, Ash Chanker? God damn it. I think that's a blight disease. Well, it can't. Yeah, I can fix that, I think. At the temple. I can also make a potion. I could try doing that too. Die. I say I kind of need a better weapon. The enemies have been getting stronger and stronger as I get further here. Dabbage. Flame blade. Emerald. He's got a Dwemer cylinder. Whoa. Okay. Oh. Assassins are just non-stop, man. Yeah, gang up on him. Nice. I don't know the difference between a probe and a lockpick. That's something I've been wondering about. I think I can maybe cure myself here. What was it? I took a picture of it. I still want to look for it. It was script jelly and something else. Yeah, I have a lot of script jelly. Green lichen, maybe? No, that's the personality potion. Could be grave dust. Red lichen. Let me just find a picture. I know I have this somewhere. It's just on my phone. It's one of the first Morrowind related images I took. Ash salts. Yeah, I don't have. But I think that might be okay because I Cure blight disease. Well, he gave me one, but I think I can also heal it at a temple, which I might do just in case I... get a disease in the wild. Yeah, let's try healing at a temple. I need the blessings of the temple. Heal me.
There's something not right about you. Maybe you should go. What day is today?
Yeah, how do I cure this shit?
Go ahead.
There's no actual altar, it seems like. Unless I missed it. Well, I could just drink the blight disease potion, I suppose. Fine. Plug, okay. And my personalized back up. Cool.
Probably nothing.
If I can kill this guy, I'm just curious what he drops. He's probably really strong, actually. Come on. Easy. I just feel stupid. Like, why would I just kill him? I don't know. Okay. I'm out. Yeah, one of these days I gotta up my restoration, man. It's like, it's kind of a joke how bad it is. It's so bad. Oh, I wonder if I could get up here. I have an idea. Can I climb this guard tower? I can. Now I'm gonna cast. Oh god, I almost did that. Go! Hey, cross country, man. This is the way to go. Oh, soar through the skies. Look good. Dope. Catch the lightning in my blade. We're still alive. Not anymore. I already did. Whoa. Woo! Okay. Little slip and slide down there. Okay. I'm terrified of little groups of dudes out in the wild. If they're friendly, I want to talk to them, but no way. You're not friendly. Okay, I'm getting Alice out. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Look how strong they are. Bone Man, get him. Gonna heal. I have out of mana. Okay, I'll save. Maybe try to kill this one. Who even are these people? The Ashlanders? I guess. Can I sleep here? Am I too close to the enemies? Yeah. Thirsty. Thirst. March. A bit of march in there. Now they're like mostly dead. I kind of just want to fuck them up. Come here. No, thank you. The poison magic is crazy. Oh, I leveled up. Wow. Nice. What am I getting here? I think I should get a couple more points into strength or something. I don't know if strength can even go over 100. Honestly, I have no idea. Canvas tent. Is that a good tent? It's 30 pounds though, man. Look at that shit though. Kind of feel like it might already come with a tent cover though, no? Okay, I'm convinced this tent is cool. It's too heavy for this. I gotta get rid of some stuff. I don't need 10 pounds of iron arrows. Sorry. How about now? There we go. Cool. Tent upgrade. Do I want to level up or do I want to get more points? kind of just want to get a couple more points, maybe. I don't know. Is that crazy? Four. I mean, I could just do like. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna do one more day of leveling here. Maybe I can get a couple more points in the strength. Okay, I'll take the path, I suppose. Destruction, so that's willpower. Endurance. Maybe I'll do endurance, actually, because my endurance is only 47. Yeah, it's shit. It's shit. I'm cold. Wait, I should put on some more clothes because I'm cold. Damn. The armor really gets dented fast. Oh, listen to that noise. It sounds like there's something under the rubble. Whoops. Didn't I just sleep? Why is it out already? Whatever. Okay. What damn cliff racer? Is this what would this area of the world be called? I'm not really sure. Just gonna discover this location. Propylon? Yeah, I need the index. It's kind of a barren place, man. It feels dead. The Ashlands. Yeah, let's go back to this. Not what I meant to do. Get out of town. Heal up. Huh. I'm pumping on my willpower, but I maybe should just rest, honestly. Something there. Ooh, look at Daedric Ruin over there. Take a brief peek inside. I probably am not gonna do it. Yeah, it's just some spooky monsters. Spooky dooky monsters. Oh shit! Following me out. What the hell? Or Dwarven ruins. Excuse me. What ruins are these? They don't even go on maps. Interesting. What's that? It's like an Ashlander house or something? Oh, it's just maybe a shell. A dead thing. Yeah. It's a dead creature. Interesting. And an abundance of enemies. Holy shit. It's probably a tome. Yeah. What if I didn't fight you? I'm sorry. I'm feeling pacifistic right now. Oh my god, I don't think that can last. Look at all this shit. This train of followers I've acquired here. Burn, baby, burn. Go, yellow tick. More encumbered. Kind of bad, actually. He doesn't die there. Yeah, I've got a plan. Oh, I can't do that. I mean, Alice. Get him. There we go. Cool. Okay, I'm just gonna sleep. I mean, no, let's see if I can get a couple more points to do endurance. Maybe someone at this camp will wish to trade or something. Hello. You guys live way up in the wastes. The ancient Dunmer stronghold that fell in Varian. We've seen orcs. Their orcs worship Malakath. Ooh. Some trauma root for my larder. I have trauma root. I can do it. I have lots of it. T. Where is it? Well, Outlander, you are not proud, but you are courteous, and in an Outlander that is not a thing to be despised. Very well. I accept the gift, and thank you. You want to speak to Sulmatul? You want to speak to Nabani Mesa? Have they sent for you? No. Do not send for you, they will not speak to them. You are an outlander, and Somatul is our chief, and Nabani Mesa is the wise woman. They will not speak to you. Yeah. No greater evil than profaning the bones or spirits of our fathers. A Kwama egg.
Find a healer and stop bothering me.
I think I have a Kwama egg. Gifts for everyone. These are quite tasty, and not sweet as good. Thank you. Hi, Nab. A herder watches over the tribe's herds of gars and shulk. Push the gar and shulk and preserve their meats to be the tribe. Yeah, okay. A Traumarut. Okay, you want one too. Cool. Gifts for everyone. I've heard... This is Alice, right? Yeah, Alice. Hello. I think they mentioned that they don't like it when you go in their houses. Without permission or something. Shalath Pyramus. You also want the Traumarut. Okay. You seem to like that. I'm just gonna... Hello, wise woman. Are you angry that I'm in here? We're in the wrong place, Outlander. Leave now. Well, I have important questions. Disturbing dreams. These dreams are the tricks of Dagothur. He speaks to you, but you must resist. He bends his power to compel you, but you must resist. You are in danger, but your heart is wise. He's your heart. Do not hear the voice of the Sharmat, for it will drive you mad. I mean... She tells me to get out, but she's also bartering with me, so... I'll take it. It's nice music. Oh, a Telvanni bug mask. I kind of want that, actually. I've been trying to make that, so I'm gonna take it. Cure blight disease. Honestly, I should buy these two. Cool. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Thoughtful gift. I'm not proud. I like gold. This is the custom Yotlin is called bribe, yes. Sure. Yeah, she likes the gold. Okay. Ursulaku are the Ashlanders of the northern Ashlands and the West Gash. I am the wise woman of the Ursulaku, and Ashkan Sulmatul is our chief, a brave and respected war leader and warrior protector of the Nerevarine cult.
Is there something I can do for you?
Well, you seem to like my bribes, even though you want me to leave. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. Yeah, I'll probably be back later. Yeah, thanks for watching. Sudden end of stream, but that's okay. Some nice progress.